Hey guys, it's Melody, and today I'm attempting to paint with gouache. This video is not very long, but it took me forever to film. What you're not seeing are the few other paintings that I attempted that really did not go well. I've never tried to paint with gouache before, so I didn't really know what I was getting into. I painted with acrylic a little bit in the past, and so coming out of the tube it's thick like that, but it's very similar to watercolors in that it can be diluted very easily. So when I first tried to paint with them, I didn't want to treat them as watercolors. I didn't want to water them down a lot because it almost felt like cheating, because that's what you do with watercolors. So why use an entirely new kind of paint if I can get the same look with paints that I already have? So I used them, or attempted to use them, in more of an acrylic fashion. But they felt really chalky, and it just really was not working out. I don't know if the consistency is due to the brand that I was using, or if that's how all gouaches are. I picked up the Reeves brand, as you would see if you watched my haul video, because it was only about $7 for the coupon that I had, as where the Winsor & Newton was significantly more expensive. I do think in the future maybe I'll pick up the more expensive brand and see how it compares to the Reeves, but I didn't want to start off with something pricey if I didn't think it was something that I was going to actually end up using a lot. After having some experience with it, I thought it was okay. I like the idea of it, but I definitely need more practice. So in this picture, you'll see that this woman has blue skin. Part of that is because I still don't feel very confident mixing skin colors on a couple of the other pieces that I had attempted to paint and film that really did not turn out well. I did get a decent skin color, I think. I don't know, it wasn't amazing, but I felt more confident if I just did different tones of blue and then used purples or kind of reddy purples for the blush and some of the color on like the shoulders and the elbows and stuff. So I went with a kind of non-traditional color palette, and the idea was that she would be primarily cool colors, and the background would be like yellows and oranges and reds and stuff like that, so that she stands out against the background. What you also see is that I was mixing a lot of colors, and I was trying to distinguish between using just a color and a color mixed with white, because when you use just the color, if you mix it with water, it does feel very much like watercolors. But if you add the white, it adds a little bit more opacity to it. For the shadows in almost all of this painting, I wanted to use that really dark blue that I had. So even in her shirt, which is more of a teal color, for the shadows I used the dark blue, and because the teal is already a cool color, it blends in really well, and I did actually use some of that dark blue to create the teal color. I also wanted to have a highlight other than just white, because I think it's very plain, and I've been wanting to play around more with using different colors as highlights, as far as pinks or yellows or oranges or whatever. And purple and yellow go very well together, so I thought since her hair is purple, her skin's blue, why not do yellow? And the background is going to be yellow, so it'll be almost like the background is kind of glowing onto her skin, I guess, and her eyes and her hair. So I mixed up some yellow and I added a little bit of green. That's the mixing that you see me doing, but I think it was too watered down, so I ended up just using straight yellow. And that's what I did in this background as well. I went straight in with yellow, and then I had to get new water because my water was very blue from all of her skin and her hair and stuff. So it was starting to turn the yellow green. So I quickly ran to the bathroom, grabbed more water, and then resumed the background. I tried to go for kind of a watercolor style here, where I just kind of let the yellow and the oranges bleed into one another, and then I used a paper towel to dab it dry and add a little bit of texture to the background. Instead of using a pen or a fine liner to line this painting, I wanted to try colored pencils. Partially because they give a much softer look than the pens would, and partially because I could use different colors. So for her hair, I was able to outline it in purple. For her shirt, I went with kind of a teal color, and for her skin, a dark blue color. So it wasn't all just black or brown. So I think those are the only two colors I have in fine liners, other than like an orange, but that wouldn't have gone very well with this drawing. I also wanted to use the colored pencils to shade in a little bit. So you see I'm doing her eyebrows right now. I used that to shade in a little bit darker towards the part closer to the nose, I guess, and to add a little bit more depth to her hair as well. And I did that with her skin, and especially her lips. I added a little bit to the upper lip, and then I added a little bit more blush on her cheeks with the colored pencil, as well as a little bit of extra highlights in her hair with a yellow colored pencil. And it also helped blend the yellow a little bit into the purple, as opposed to just sticking straight out on her hair, so it looked a little bit smoother. Like I said earlier, this is the best that I was able to do with gouache in a 24-hour period. I did some really basic sketches, like a little pug, an apple, that kind of thing, some swatches, and then I attempted to film 2 other videos. They were both characters, both women, and they just did not look good at all. If you would like to see those, they will probably make their way into a sketchbook tour at some point, because I did paint them in the sketchbook, unfortunately. This is my brand new watercolor Strathmore sketchbook. So hopefully I can redeem myself and paint some much prettier things in there. But stay tuned on this channel, because you will probably see them eventually. The last thing I did in this painting was add a little bit of highlights with a white highlighter. I know I said I wanted highlights other than white, but it does help the eyes pop a little bit, and it's nice to see a little shine on the nose and the lips. And if you guys liked this attempt at gouache, please give me a like, subscribe, let me know in the comments what you would like to see next. And of course, if you'd like to see those horrible paintings I attempted before this one, stay tuned, because I'm sure you'll see them eventually.